All right, let's turn things over now to meteorologist Ross Muma tracking the weather for what we can expect this weekend.
Well, it's going to be feeling like some beautiful football weather out there this weekend, Anthony. Starting off tomorrow, a little bit of a nice cooler start in the low 70s for many of us, even the upper 60s across some of our more inland areas west of Highway 301. But by tomorrow afternoon, lots of sunshine out there for you. I know it's been a little bit of a rarity here through the majority of the first half of September, but temperature-wise, really not going to be all that hot, only in the mid-80s for tomorrow afternoon highs. And rain chance is going to be very, very limited. If we do happen to see any, again, most of them are going to be west of I-95, very, very isolated. I'd say the best chance to see any rain is going to be late tomorrow afternoon and really even more so into the evening from Daytona Beach down towards Orlando. Otherwise, though, the rest of the first coast should stay very, very dry. Now, if you're going to head further west out towards Tallahassee for the Seminoles and Cal game, that kicks off at 7 p.m. Tailgating-wise, it is certainly going to be a little warm and steamy over there in Tallahassee. Feel like temperature's going to be in the low 90s, if not even a little bit higher than that. But by the time the game does kick off, those temperatures gradually cooling off into the low 80s and then eventually into the upper 70s by the time the Seminoles wrap their game up. Now, really the only big difference between today's weather and the weekend's weather is really just going to be an increase in northeasterly winds. Wind gusts tomorrow could be anywhere from about 20 to 25 miles per hour. Slightly less as you head into your Sunday afternoon and evening, closer to about 15 to 20. So temperature-wise, mid-80s, going to be a little bit breezy for both your Saturday and the first day of fall come Sunday as well. So really not a whole lot of variation in the forecast through the weekend or even into next week. So we got a nice 3-4 day stretch here of lots of sunshine and dry skies. Now, when could that potentially end? Well, maybe this system that may develop down in the tropics could potentially bring us some rain by late next week. Right now has a 60% chance of formation here over the next 7 days. And really, it's going to take a while for this system to really kind of get its act together and potentially form into a tropical cyclone. So here, Thursday, Friday even, it's now just starting to move into the Bay of Campeche and potentially into the western Gulf of Mexico. And then from there, that's really as far as we know for the most part. Where is it going to end up going? Towards the western Gulf or potentially closer to Florida? And there's really two scenarios that could dictate where exactly the tropical cyclone does end up going. There's going to be a big trough, nice big dip down in the jet stream across the Midwest and the Northeast late next week. Now, if that trough is going to be a little bit deeper, it likely will drag that system a little bit further eastward, potentially towards Florida. Now, if it's a little bit more shallow of a trough, that will allow the system to drift a little bit further west and would likely make landfall either in the western Gulf or northern Gulf, likely sparing us here across Florida. But we're still about 8 to 9 days away from that. So until then, a lot of sunshine here over the next week. Gorgeous weekend, and really even most of next week, only isolated afternoon rain chances. Temperature-wise, really not changing all that much. Might top out in the upper 80s by next Tuesday. So really our next best chance of rain, Anthony, isn't going to be in the forecast until Friday and potentially next weekend if that storm system does make its way towards us.
Perfect. Can I clarify something? Because I think I said Miami, Ohio, and Notre Dame play each other at 3:30.
Miami of Ohio?
Miami of Ohio. I realized what I said. You know, I have a hard time reading a teleprompter sometimes.
Big football guy over here, clearly.
Thanks for joining us tonight for First Coast News at 11. Mentioning football, sports director Chris Porter is coming up next with all your highlights from Week 5 of Sideline 2024.